songs, and some people don't like my theme song.
Right, Obi? Hi.
Hi, and welcome to Cup of Joe with Anna and Sheila. I'm Anna.
I'm Sheila. Nice to meet you.
We're not professionals.
No, never.
Like, follow, share Cup of Joe with Anna and Sheila. We're on Facebook, the Book of Faces.
Yes.
We're also
we're on the Twitter.
We're on the Twitter, which I still have not fully embraced, Sheila.
It's so much fun.
I just can't get there. I know you guys keep sending me things. I just can't do it.
My God, it's so much fun.
I don't understand, but I am.
So, do you know who Nancy Giles is?
Should I know? Is this going to embarrass me if I don't?
No, she's a comedian, and she's on CBS. So I tweeted something the other day.
Sheila, I also don't have TV, you know.
She liked my tweet. I've never had a famous person like my tweet.
Did you ask her to come on the show?
No, but I will.
Okay.
We've asked Randy Rainbow. We actually sent him a video.
Did we?
Yes, Melinda and I did.
Did he respond?
No. So if anybody wants to help us create a video to send to Randy Rainbow to get him on the show, we'd be happy to hear from you. Our email is cupofjoefh for fishhawk@gmail.com.
We're also on YouTube. Did we already mention that?
We have a YouTube channel. We have a YouTube channel. We're like every other millennial.
Yes. That's what they.
Why is Erin shaking her head?
I think it's not a millennial. I think it's the Generation Zs that are.
They were on TikTok.
We're not on TikTok.
No,
I don't know how to do that. I just fully embrace Snapchat because we Snapchat every now and then.
I love Snapchat.
Just silly photos. So anyway, again, we're not professionals. We're just a couple of women who are interested in politics and interested in making a change and are disgusted with some of the previous administration and even some of the current administration. But don't worry.
Our state.
We have someone who can help us make sure our lights are on.
Yes. One of the things that we are going to discuss through the course of the rest of the year is how the heck to get these people out of office and get good people in.
That's right. And we have a couple of really great guests lined up. So I'm very excited about that. But anyway, Sheila, how is your day going today? Are you having a good day?
I'm having a bad day.
Oh, so that means you're just going to pick up some guns and just take it out on poor unsuspecting business owners.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm trying to think of which ones. Maybe eye doctors.
True.
Kidding.
But
kidding. Don't call anybody.
But then, don't worry about it because the law enforcement will just explain to the media how you were having a bad day and you had your eye doctor addiction, if that's such a thing. Yeah. Maybe eyeglasses addiction or something. And they were just too tempting for you.
Yeah. It's disgusting.
Yes.
Yeah. But, so we're going to talk about elections because elections do matter and voting matters. And one of the things we can do to make sure that we don't have to deal with this buy a gun and kill people on the same day BS is to elect people who are going to, I don't know, maybe help with better gun laws. What do you think?
That's crazy. Why would they do that? Hey, you know what I was thinking the other day?
What?
You know how they are, I don't know why this came in my mind, but you know how some people are a little bit reluctant to get the jab, to get the vaccine.
The vaccine.
And they tend
to be
the Fauci. They tend to be on one side of the political spectrum, the ones that don't want to get it.
Yes, that would be correct.
So as our former 45 actually came out and said that he thought that people should get vaccinated, what if the NRA started getting behind it? And for every gun you get a jab. What in the world was that? And I don't know. Or maybe you could have like automatic jabs. So where you just like,
just put this over here.
Disperse them into the crowds.
We could kind of like what they did at the riot, like the bear spray. We can just have a COVID spray.
That's right. But if the NRA got behind it, so they
wouldn't. They're too self-serving.
Well, I mean, they got to make sure that their market doesn't die. I mean, hello, NRA. I know that you guys are kind of not doing so well.
I know what we can do. Let's get Mike Beltran on it. Mike Beltran, we know you watch this show. And
does he watch this show?
Yeah, he does.
Oh.
We know you watch our show, Mike Beltran. You haven't come on yet. We've been waiting for you.
Well,
you need to do something about this vaccine for your compadres.
That's right. Because what if they're no longer around,
Who's going to vote for you?
Who's going to vote for you?
If they're all dead. Anyway, we have with us the chair of the Hillsborough Democratic Committee, Ione Townsend, who's a fellow nurse, just like me. who's
Maybe she knows
already
Mike Beltran.
Yeah, she probably does know about Mike Beltran.
Ah.
And I know she's probably had her Fauci ouchies. So let's bring Ione in.
Hi, I am.
Hi, Ione. We're waiting for you to hop in. Aaron's being
Aaron.
slow.
Aaron. There we
Hey,
go.
Hello, ladies. How are
Hi.
you?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. Yes,
Did you
I've
have
had
your
my
Fauci
Fauci ouchie.
Yes.
Yeah, I had my second one about a month ago.
That's great.
I'm
So
still wearing my masks.
Yes.
So I have to ask you, how was your second? This is my little own poll.
I never had a problem. I think I might have been a little drowsy, a little sleepy, a little tired, but after the second one, that was it. It was, for me, it was just a walk in the park.
All right. So I have to get mine next week.
I think that shingrix vaccine hurt more.
Yeah. I had the Pfizer, and I was just fine. Yeah.
Okay. I get my Pfizer. I could say something a little derogatory, but I won't. About what the other very popular medication that Pfizer makes.
Yeah.
That some people make it into. Anyway,
if your vaccine lasts longer than 4 hours.
I know. If your vaccine lasts longer than 4 hours,
call a friend.
Your doctor.
So, Ione, we're coming off an election that was interesting, especially with Georgia. And the goal of our peeps out here is to flip Florida blue in 2022. That's our mission.
If only we could get a t-shirt.
Yeah, if only we can get a t-shirt. We're fine. We're looking for them.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about what the Hillsborough Democratic Party is doing and how people can get involved in voting.
And why voting matters.
Yes. But there's a lot there.
Yeah. Just bite like an elephant, one bite at a time.
Just a little bit, and we'll digress and talk about other things, and then we'll circle back to what you were originally saying, hopefully.
All right. So the Hillsborough County Democratic Party is an arm of the Florida Democratic Party. The law provides for a county executive committee for every party that's recognized by the state of Florida. So the Florida Democratic Party is our parent organization, if you will. And then there are 67 counties right now. We have 61 DECs. We have 6 counties that do not have a county party. Now, our formal title is Democratic Executive Committee, but people think that's a small group of people. It's not. Before the election, we had 450 people. I don't know why they came up with that title, but it's AKA Democratic Party. So I refer to us as the Hillsborough County Democratic Party because I don't want people thinking we're just an executive committee of 20 people, because we're not. We're a much larger group than that. So, and we couldn't have the success that we've had in Hillsborough if we weren't a larger group. So we are the Hillsborough County Democratic Party.
And Ione, I hear congratulations are in order, that you are the grand poobah of all 61 counties.
Where's your crown?
Yes, on Sunday I was elected chair of chairs, which is the Democratic County Chairs Association. I was elected chair for the next 2 years.
Well, for those of us in Hillsborough County, we are thrilled. Thank you for all your hard work.
My pleasure. It's my passion. Like you, I want to get good Democrats elected because we know our citizens and our neighbors fare better under Democratic rule, nationally and locally.
I think even our former 45 had actually said that on numerous occasions, that the economy does better with Democratic elected officials.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Go figure. We're cleaning up the mess again.
Yeah, no kidding. So what can we do? We've got state elections and, of course, federal elections coming up. What can we do to help the DEC
so
make everything blue again?
What's going on in the DEC?
So what we're doing right now, when I became chair in 15, actually when I became vice chair in December of 14, going into January of 15, I created a 365-day-a-year field plan because what I discovered was that, number one, we were concentrating only on Tampa, where only 28% of our voters lived. Nobody was knocking on doors out where you guys live, right? So I know, because I've been out there and I've knocked on doors, and one lady said to me one day, "I've lived here 34 years and nobody's ever knocked on my door before." I
Wow.
said, "Well, that's all changing now." So we have a field program that runs 365 days a year, and we have divided the county into 7 regions because formally they just approached the county as one big entity. We're 1,200 square miles. We're a big county. And if you've ever driven from Plant City over to Town and Country, you know how big our county is. It takes a long time. Or to go from New Tampa down to McDill, you know, it's a good hour 15-minute drive, depending on the traffic. So we're a big county. So we broke the county up into smaller regions. So we have 7 regions. And then within the regions, we have districts, and every district has about 6 or 8 precincts. And those districts work like a neighborhood team, which is the Obama model, right?
Yep.
A group of people get together and they cover a certain territory. So that's the way we're organized. And we operate 365 days a year. We do take from whatever period of time we have to cure ballots after the election, until the elections are called and certified, and then we take off the rest of November, and then we have our elections in December, and then we take off for the holidays, and then we get to work again right after Martin Luther King. And so we've been knocking on doors and canvassing since January here in Hillsborough, because you cannot show up 3 to 6 months before the election and expect that the voters are going to know who you are, that they're not already tired of hearing about politics, right? And so the issue is all about developing relationships with the voters. So we have precinct captains in those districts, and good, thank you very much. And we're always looking for street captains, block captains, neighborhood captains, and precinct captains. So the precinct captain is the statutorily elected position. So we're working. Right now we're chasing down people who there's been some list maintenance. And so Craig Latimer, our supervisor of elections, has cleaned up the voter rolls. So if you have not voted in the last 2 general elections, your name gets dropped. You're still registered, but you're in this sort of limbo state. You're in this inactive state, so you don't show up in the numbers. So we're tracking down those people. We're also tracking down people who we have this gated community property. It's very difficult to get into gated communities, so we have this project going on. We especially need precinct captains in gated communities who can invite us in to help them talk to their neighbors. So I'm rambling.
No, we're very
No.
excited. As a precinct captain, I can tell you it's not a lot of work, but it's fun work.
Yeah.
You know, the precinct I live in is pretty much 50-50 right now. So I've
Good.
been getting more Democratic names in, or more
Yeah.
registered Dems, and I'm getting pretty excited.
Good. We have this fabulous tool that a couple of our IT guys created called Mapper. And what they have done is they have merged Bob Enriquez's property appraiser data with our voter files and overlaid them. And it's pretty sophisticated tool, but it identifies homes where there is no known registered voters. So when we're out there trying to register voters and we're walking down your street, we won't knock on your door because we know that there's somebody registered that lives there. But we'll go to a home that's clearly marked as no known registered voter living here. So that helps us save time. So it's a big economy of effort and time. So we go to the doors where we have a chance of having a greater yield or ending up with a voter registration. So that's what we're using now. And we're actually going statewide with that tool. Thank you, Rick Myers and Dylan Botner. And so we're excited about that.
That's great.
So I know during the last election, the Democratic Party was not supportive of people actually going face to face, going to the doors because of COVID. Is that going to change in the upcoming elections, or what's the party's thought on?
We're already knocking on doors. Okay. So I was one of those people that went to Georgia, and I was up there for 3 weeks curing ballots. And we went door to door. I even went into a couple of people's homes, which they don't like you to do, but I had one man in a hospital bed parked in front of his TV. He couldn't even get up and open the door. So he just hollered, "Come in." So I'd open the door and tell him why I was there. And then another lady who was only got around using a walker and was still pretty unsteady. So, but anyway, so we knocked on doors in Georgia for 3 solid weeks, and we didn't get COVID, and that was pre-vaccination. So, and they were having a pretty big spike at that time. So, yeah, we're knocking on doors. You mask or double mask and step back after you knock on the door.
Mm-hmm. Well, we did it for curing, but I think that was one of the, I read that or saw or something. I don't know where I read things, that was what the Republicans were actually, being a little bit more
banging on doors
than the Democrats.
They did, and they didn't even have masks on. We had a lot of voters complain about that, but we did not knock on doors because we were advised from on high not to do that. So we did.
Are you telling me that the Republicans didn't follow the rules? What? That's crazy talk.
Yeah.
Well, I think that was a decision that the Democratic Party made, and the Republican Party did not make that decision. Mm-hmm. But they did not wear masks, and you're right, they didn't follow the rules there. But if you go to Publix or Winn-Dixie, you can tell what party the people are affiliated with by whether or not they have a mask on, right?
Which is unfortunate. It can be a political issue.
And I'll go like this when they don't have their mask on, or they have it down here. You've seen them wear it down underneath their tongue, right? Or underneath their nose. If it's underneath their nose, I say, by the way, this is a naso, meaning nose, and pharyngeal, meaning mouth disease. So you're not protecting anybody or yourself by not having your nose covered.
Ione, do you actually tell them that?
I do. I said, this is a nasopharyngeal disease.
And so what is their response?
Your nose covered.
What is their response?
Some people will pull their mask up. Others will give me the evil eye and
or
tell
the evil
tell me where I can go and keep on going.
Well, Anna and I have a mask that says it goes over your nose, and I only wear it at Publix.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And if they've got employees there that are wearing it down here, I always get after them. And if I see one down here, I'll go to the manager and I say, look.
Unless the manager is the one wearing the mask down there.
Well, I did that happen once. That's true. Yeah. I did early on.
Well, for our viewers, if you want to get involved, Erin has so kindly put up a whole bunch of links that are in the comments. So you can go to the websites and sign up or see when the next meetings are to get involved.
And for those of you who thought the DEC was the executive committee, like just 10 people, which is what I did when I first moved down here, it's not. It's a hilarious and active and
hilarious, really.
Oh my God. Some of the people on the DEC call are hilarious. They're just really, really funny. But they do amazing things. We have a Zoom call once a month for the committee.
Correct.
And it's well worth joining just so that you can get involved. And they've got environmental caucuses and labor caucuses and disability caucuses. So whatever your interest is, you can find it at the DEC.
And we have clubs near you. So, there's a South Shore, which is down in Sun City. They have a Democratic club. We're planning one out in the Waimama area right now. We have one in East Hillsborough called the East Hillsborough Democratic Club. Plant City has the Plant City Area Democratic Club. New Tampa has a club. South Tampa has a club. So we have clubs. Clubs tend to be more general Democratic issue organization, because they sort of mimic the DEC in a way on a much smaller scale. Caucuses tend to be issue-based, and we have them all. We have LGBTA, we have veterans, we have Hispanic, and all the ones that you mentioned as well. And they tend to be issue-based, like the Disability Caucus advocates for the disabled. That's Karen Clay. So we have some very active, we have Progressive Caucus, and they're all about progressive issues and the far left wing of our party. And so we have something that fits everybody.
And so before we let you go, can you just tell our viewers why voting matters?
Voting matters. Let's take a look at what's happening in the legislature right now. We lost seats, not in Hillsborough, but in other parts of Florida. You know, Hillsborough was the shining star, right, of the state again. Yes, and but other counties, many other counties lost Senate seats and House seats. So right now, we're very close to the Republicans having supermajorities in both houses. And what's happening is they are just ramming through really obnoxious anti-citizen, anti-democratic value type of bills. So there are several anti-union bills going on up there that have been pushed through. There's a voter suppression bill. Why are we not surprised by that? The Republicans are in control, right? Shocker. There's preemption bills, which means that your county commission that you elected cannot make decisions, or your city council, for example, Tampa City Council, cannot cut down trees without going to the legislature first. Isn't that crazy? You know, it's absolutely crazy. So the Republicans are supposed to be about small government, but now they're taking over municipal government, county government. So if your county or municipal council tries to do anything progressive, the Republicans have an anti-bill up there for that. So it really does matter, elections. Now, let's just look at what's happened in Florida for the last 20 years. We have had a major race to the bottom. We are 50th in the nation in unemployment benefits. So in terms of the safety net, we're at the bottom. We are 47th in teacher pay, 46th in per pupil spending. We are 50th in the quality of healthcare. Quality and access to healthcare, we are 50th in the nation. How do you like that? I don't like being there.
Right. No, I don't either.
And so we've had a major race to the bottom in the last 24 years of Republican rule. And so while we currently have a chance in Washington to clean some of that up, in Florida, we do not. So that's why elections matter. We have to get out there. We have to vote. We have to help other people vote, and we have to elect Democrats, because our world is a better place when Democrats are in charge.
Agree.
Amen.
Agree. Flip Florida blue.
Flip Florida blue in 2022. That's our motto.
Yep. And it rhymes. Flip Florida blue in 22.
Right? That's all Sheila.
Well, I came up with that in the shower one day. I was like, wait, this would make a really good t-shirt.
And we just need to get the t-shirt.
So we have these beautiful 15 by 5-inch, 4.5-inch magnets, because, you know, you don't use bumper stickers anymore because it's hard to get them on. So we have these beautiful, gorgeous magnets, and I just asked them to order some more. And it says Flip Florida blue in 22.
Nice.
We definitely need some of those.
Yeah, we need a whole bunch of those. We'll be happy to take some of those off your hands and sell them out here.
All right. We'll as soon as they get in, I'll let you know. Okay.
That'd be great.
Excellent.
That'd be great.
Ione, we're so happy you came on, and
thank you, Ione.
We look forward to working with you over the next 2 years.
I look forward to working with you.
Beyond.
Yeah, we'd love to have you on, especially if you have something big coming up or some sort of event.
Anytime you want to come back, give us a holler.
Spring Fling is May 1st. We're going to do it out front, outdoors. So it's going to be our first live event in a year and a half. We've got Congressman Charlie Crist speaking, who's probably a gubernatorial candidate. State Representative Anna Escamani, who's also probably a gubernatorial candidate, and then Representative Michelle Rayner, who's in her first term. So, So we have a good program plan. We're limited to 250 people at the live event at the Sale Plaza, but we're having a simultaneous virtual event. So we sold out the live event in 78 hours. 7
Wow.
weeks before the event. But we have plenty of virtual tickets. We'll be using the lunch pool platform again, which is an exciting platform that allows you to network and table hop and all of that. So
Excellent.
yeah.
Even Obi likes it. He just walked through our set.
Obi's very excited.
Obi wants to go.
Good.
All
Bring
right.
Obi.
Thank you so much.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks.
Very exciting.
I know, I'm so excited.
Flip Florida Blue in 22. We really need to get those T-shirts made.
Yeah,
We can
where's
start
Dan
that.
on this?
Or we should ask Christine as well. But her husband,
Chopped his fingers off.
I know. But that's a good
They're
sign.
back together. The fingers.
Yes, I don't know.
The fingers.
I hope they're going to start working again.
You know what they do? I'll tell you, it's kind of gross. They put medical leeches on fingers
Really?
and on digits because the leeches will suck out the pooled blood, and they also put a heparin, which is an anticoagulant, in the wound, so no more blood clots
Interesting.
form.
Well, I hope that, with all the, they
it's kinda
grabbed the
gross, but-
fingers, but maybe they will work.
They
Anyway,
put the fingers back on, and she
but-
said he had feeling in them, so that was a good idea.
my
Good thing.
husband's father-in-law is a carpenter, and his digits are missing. I think it's just a good sign of a good carpenter, or a bad one. I don't know. An experienced one for sure. But anyway, maybe Christine can make us those shirts. Anyway,
Christine, are you out there?
yeah, she probably is. Anyway, thanks for joining.
Oh, who do we have next week? We have we have a
Erin.
special Thursday show in 2 weeks. March 30th. We have Anna Escamani on our show. Who do we have
Another
on next
Anna.
week? I forget who we have on next week.
Erin, who do we have on next week?
Erin's looking. April 2nd, we have Scott Hottenstein, who ran for office, and we also have is it All in One?
One for all?
One for All. It's a group that is looking to non-gerrymander, I guess that's the right word, the districts in the states. It's a nationwide organization, and they're against gerrymandering to kind of make the districts equal for everybody.
Now both parties do the gerrymandering, so.
Yeah. In fact, Jim Jordan, GYM instead of JIM, his district starts here, and it's just a sliver of people all through the state of Ohio, because there's no way he would get enough votes in any other district. So with that, follow, share.
Follow, share, Cup of Joe, Fish Hawk with Anna and Sheila.
to Ruth.